Okay, how do we start this? Quite obviously with Dear future self, it's me, you from the past. I really hope that you're fine, like, just from an ego perspective. It's a good thing to hope for me, isn't it? Anyhow, I wanted to talk to you about something. Like, I would actually really start with a few questions, but this is unfortunately a one-way street where I can tell you and ask you whatever I want, just that you will not respond to me. So it's almost the same as with my ex-girlfriends. Are you still bitter about that? Or is that just me? I hope that's just me. Nah, I don't know, it's fine. I got this, we got this, nah, come on, I'm fine. Besides, it's completely not what I was talking about. The topic of today is different. I actually wanted to say that I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I didn't do all the things that you would have liked me to do. I mean, I know that things change and that you might have a completely different view on this than I have. I have a different view than our past self from 10, 15 years ago. Remember the time where we really wanted to have a Jeep as a car? Like in our first story that we wrote, and I know I'm sorry that I lost it. I can't find it anymore on any of the computers. That just disappeared. That's just something we lost, unfortunately. I would have loved to read that again. But remember that story where the protagonist is a person called Andy? Where did I get that name from? And the villain is a guy called Kevin, because there was a guy in our primary school called Kevin that I didn't like. He was always the bad guy. And a girl called Kati that the protagonist wanted to, impress. Why was that? Did I have a crush on a girl called Kati? Maybe. And in that story, our Andy went to a mall where there was a raffle for a silver Jeep, and he would later on win that Jeep to have this cool silver car, right? This Jeep, this big SUV kind of Jeep. Because that's what we wanted back then. Remember that time? Nowadays, I would never, ever buy such a car or even want to own such a car. Things change. A little bit later, I would have loved to have a Porsche. And that might be because we played Need for Speed Porsche on the PlayStation. Remember that thing? Remember that thing? Man, our childhood. Anyhow, I wouldn't want a Porsche either nowadays. It just seems like such a wasteful car that is not good for the environment. So yeah, values change, opinions change, a lot of stuff changes. So I'm sorry that I do not have the same exact values and opinions that you have right now. So I'm sorry that I didn't do exactly what you would have liked me to. I'm acting to the best of my knowledge and interest as of right now, and I'm just asking you to be aware of that and to not judge me too hard for it, okay? I mean, I'm sorry that you might still have to work, that you're still not retired. You might not be as rich as you would have hoped to be with that age. And you might judge me that I didn't do enough to prepare you. But actually, who are you to expect to be rich? Right? Why do you think you deserve that? For real. You are already such a privileged person. And everything went well, always. And now you have this expectation that you are supposed to have all the money that you need, and even more than that. But you know, really, what makes you think that you deserve that? You've been born privileged in every way possible. You've been born in one of the wealthiest countries on this planet. For your entire life you've been healthy. You're a white cis man with all the privileges that brings. You happen to be smart, which has caused you other problems, but let's not talk about that. You do not get to expect to be able to live an expensive lifestyle for nothing. The world has already been very unfair and treated you very good. So don't blame that on me. Don't blame it on me, okay? Because here's the thing. Some things are just more important to me. Having a good life right now is more important to me than providing you with a good life. I'm not working for you. I'm working for myself, and I am gonna be selfish, and I am gonna spend the money on me. So I'm sorry that you don't have a pension insurance, or lots of money in the bank, or investments, or whatever you would have liked to have. And thinking back, that's what you should have done, yeah. I'm not aware of that. And I am judging my free time to be worth more than your freaking pension. Here's why. You might not even exist. And that's up to me. I can make you not exist. Sorry about that, that might have been a bit too strong of a statement here. I mean, I am on your side. I am on your side because eventually I will be you. So it would be just dumb to work against you. But I'm also not working just for you. I mean, I'm trying to find a middle ground here. A compromise. But I'm not selling my youth. I might have already lost a substantial part of that. I'm not selling my good years to some company in exchange for money, just so you can have money when you retire, or just that you can have more money when you retire. If you stay in Austria, then you will get a little bit of money from the government anyway, but it might just not be a lot. It might just not be enough to sustain your lifestyle. It's just the way it is. I'm just telling you that in this moment, it's more important to me to focus on myself, enjoy the time while I'm fit and good and well and I can do stuff. Because there are so many things that can happen. Like if I were to hustle all the way and spend all my energy and time into building a business, and then a pandemic hits and I'm losing everything, that wouldn't be so cool. Or if I work an all-in contract where I'm 60 plus hours in the company each week just to die in a car accident because I had to go on a business trip or some What for? What for? So many things can happen. I can lose a leg for some reason. I can go blind for some reason. I can become mentally sick for some reason. There is just so much that can happen, and that if it does happen, I would regret not having spent my time better. Yeah. Says the guy who spends his time in front of the computer all day. Chill. I'm currently self-isolating. That's my current excuse. And I know I've come up with a lot of excuses over the years not to do anything, but this is just how it is. This is just how I live my life. And I'm alright with that right now. I'm just telling you, don't judge me too hard. It's okay to judge me a little bit. Granted, I deserve that. But don't be too hard on me. Focus on the positive things. Focus on health and freedom. The most valuable goods that we have. I mean, I hope that you still have it. I have no idea how things change, right? I mean, I'm really hoping that the freedom part will remain. If we're staying in Austria, that should be relatively safe, but you never know. You never know what's coming. You never know if there will be a World War III. A nuclear war, we might all just die. I mean, eventually we'll all just die anyway. The Earth only has so many years to go before the sun swallows it. And even if we were to overcome that, eventually our civilization will go down. And nobody will be there to remember us. So really, it doesn't really matter. We're just such a tiny thing in a much bigger global view that our life really is highly irrelevant. On a macro view for our family maybe, but that's about it. And then on an even bigger scale, considering the universe, what are we? Ha! Nothing. So stop worrying so much about your fucking pension. Besides, I mentioned you're smart, you'll figure it out, you'll find a way. It's just money. Just find a way to make money. And the other thing with the health, really hope that you're healthy. Really hope that I'm staying healthy. And to some degree we can do something about it. And believe me, I'm trying to do my workouts and not let our body degrade too much. It will eventually, but I hope that the body's before the mind. If our mind goes bad, that's even worse. Oh no, I don't want Alzheimer's or anything like that. But it's very common, so But I hope that even for you, that's still far in the future. So I wish you the best for health and freedom. But suck it up a little bit on the money, huh? Come on. Think back on the good times that you had in your 20s, 30s. It's gonna be good. And think of all your privileges. Think of how privileged you are to have this life. Remember that. Remember that with everything that you do. And try and give back a little bit if you can. If I somehow manage to get you a nice retirement, then maybe give something back, okay? I mean, there are a lot of people who are less fortunate than us. And remember, in the long run, it doesn't matter anyway. We're all just dust in the wind. Or ants on the road. Or humans on a planet, in a solar system, in a galaxy, in a universe. Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. You've always been. So will I. We'll be fine. This message was recorded on the 9th of September 2020, before the global catastrophe. What? Yeah, I don't know. What am I talking about? No idea. Maybe you know. I hope you don't. Yeah, I'm gonna leave you with that. I just don't want to live in my retirement, okay? I want to live throughout my life. Because I see that at my grandparents. At some point, it's just over. And you can't do all the things that you want to do. I mean, you will probably never be able to do all the things that you want to do, but at some point there comes the physical limitation. And I want to do as much as I can before that. So I'm gonna invest in experiences and not so much in my retirement fund. It's just gambling on how old you can get. And besides, I don't think that you get as much back as you can invest, especially with inflation and stuff. So, I don't know. I didn't really inform myself, so that's my fault. But also, it's not like I have money at the moment, and it's not like I want to make much money. I guess that's my whole point. I just don't want to work, and I'm trying to justify that to you. And again, I'm sorry that I didn't work as much as I could, and that I gave up earlier than I should have, maybe. I mean, our past self would be disappointed if we by now still didn't get a Porsche or a Jeep. I'm fine with it, and I hope that you're also fine with it, and that you enjoyed the way you lived your life. Maybe you have kids by now, or maybe you figured out that it's okay not to have kids. I'm not at that point yet. I still want kids. You better, but no. it's fine. If you decided that you don't want kids, that's okay. Because I decided that I don't want a Porsche. And our younger self would have been disappointed if I didn't have a Porsche by 30. Because 30 seemed so old. But hey, here I am. Carless, jobless, partnerless. I'm a disappointment. But then again, who are you to judge? If you're judging me, try it better next time. I mean, that's your fault in the end. You messed up there. Not just me, you messed up. I like those mind games. No, it was you. No, it was me. No, it was you. Stupid idiot. Stop making jokes. I just really hope that you are right and that you're enjoying your life. In my opinion, that's all that really matters. If you enjoy your life, you figure it out. You figure it out. Well done. So I guess I don't need to tell you to make a backup. But for everybody else watching, make a backup. And what would you tell your future self? Let me know in the comments. Or make a video and let me know in the comments. Who knows? Maybe you don't even exist anymore. Maybe COVID takes me down. We don't know. And if COVID doesn't do it, maybe a car will. There are so many ways to die. Bye 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 bye. I see you never. You will never be me again. I will at some point be you, but you will never be as young as me. So I guess I should enjoy that. Yeah. Feels good. Such a young body is really nice. Ah, look at that. Oh yeah. Ah, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go. And I see you. Well, if I look in the mirror. Till then, bye bye. La la la. La 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 la. I mean, that was fun to make, but I'm not sure if it conveys the message that I wanted to send. Really unsure about that, but I also don't really know what the message I wanted to send was. So fuck it. It's just another video that I have to edit. Or can edit if I want, because I have so much time on my hands right now. My throat hurts a little bit.